Pranamaya kaha Pranadyaha Pancha vayavaha Vagyadindriya panchakam Milit Pranamaya Kosaaha Manomaya Kosaaha Manascha Jnanendriya panchakam Militva Yo bhavati Samanomaya Kosaaha. So Annamaya, we see it is a modification of food, and we call it as kosha because one identifies with that and it becomes a kosha covering, and Annamaya otherwise is called the gross part of the body. Pranamaya means the modification of physiological functions, and since we identify with that also and think it is our condition, our state, it is considered as a kosha, means digestion. I have indigestion. When you say, you are identified with the digestive system. I have respiratory problem means you are identified with the respiratory system. Understand it, sir? That's why it becomes a kosha, means their condition becomes your condition. It covers your reality. It limits you. That is the condition. Reality is what? That condition doesn't belong to you. That means indirectly, one shot it is, you equate yourself with this body. And once you equate yourself with the body, it becomes a covering for what? Your reality. That covering means it limits you. Here covering is not should be taken simple covering. That means the reality gets shrouded. The reality gets covered means the reality is lost. Because of that, you get a relative status that becomes the condition of jiva, which will be called samsara. So reality is not that, but why? Because there is something to commit this mistake. Because there is a body and there are functions, ordinary people not knowing, they commit the mistake. So here what is necessary? Body need not go, the condition need not change, only the mistake, the error has to be corrected, that's all. And that's why any correction takes place when there is clear understanding, error becomes corrected. That's all simply required. That's why nothing in the body need change, nothing need change. Let all of them remain as it is, just understand them. But here what is main important thing is always to hold on your reality and remain that. Leave everything else, don't appropriate and say that is me. This vivekam is what is said here as Tattva vivekam. For that purpose these details are given. Because if you ask a question, then whose condition is this? That's why all these questions are answered here. Otherwise simply say you are not body. How I am not body? The question starts, If somebody says you are not body, you are Atma, how do you say? On what basis you say? 1,000 questions will start. That's why to say all of them, so much discussion is said. In the process certain informations are given to us. They are all only incidental. Understand it, sir. Main is what? To simply understand how you are not the body, mind or anything. You are someone distinct from all of them. That is what is called Atma, Vyatiriktaha, all the time. And then if at all you ask, then what is my status compared to, with reference to the body? That's why it is said there, you are only the Sakshi, witnessing principle. That's all, nothing else. And by that only you are free. In spite of being with the body's condition doesn't touch you. The mind's condition doesn't touch you. You are free from all of them. In the worldly normal way, Vyavahara, you will say all of them should change, they should become perfect, so many things. That's a different area. That's a different thing. We don't say it need not become proper. But first understand the problem doesn't belong to you. It is one thing to understand the problem is not for me, but the problem is there. Should we rectify or not? If it is useful, you rectify. When do you repair anything, an equipment which you are using all the time? When do you repair it? As long as you consider it is useful, you will repair. The moment you decide it is no more useful, somebody asks, no, I am not using it, why spend money, I am keeping it there. Don't you do that? That means anything you start repairing, taking care of, keeping it intact or perfect is only when you are using them and you see there is a utility in that. Otherwise you don't do at all in life. That's why many people say, the person has become old. What is the big idea? And sometimes even operation, sometimes you people say, now he is very old, don't go for operation now. Don't you say that? Because when is a young man, certainly you must operate. So this is the outlook is totally different in anything you see. Everywhere there is a difference. And that is the case here also. Why we are so much concerned of maintaining and perfecting this body and other things? First of all, the opinion is all problems is mine. Body problem is mine. So naturally I cannot be with problem. I should become free from problem. That is why so much of concern, worry, anxiety, so many things are there. So first stage is to understand problems are there. We don't say there is no problem. Problems are there. Mind has got problems, psychological problems are there, physiological problems are there, biological problems are there. Let it be, all problems are there. We are not saying they are not there, they are there. But the only difference is they are not for you. That you must be clear. That is the purpose of all this discussion. You must clearly understand, this is not simple information, please. What is the benefit of this study? Even if this one book you study is sufficient, provided you understand. And out of this, what should happen? Hold on to your reality. That I am not having all these problems, let it be anything here. I am free from all of them. This is all what is required. This is all what is required. But then there is particularly a flavor of spirituality in all these things. How does spirituality come? That is the next section will tell you why spirituality comes here. That's why there is a lot of difference between religion and spirituality. When you say spirituality, there is a lot of thinking involved. When the religion comes, there is a lot of practice involved. In religion only a lot of practice called doing pujas and karmas and so many things. They are all the religious part of it. That's why religiously doing means what? Regularly doing. That's why from there only religion, the word has come. To be religious means to regularly practice, regularly follow. They are all called religious. So there are a lot of things to be done. So many things are to be done. All those things are there. When you say spiritual, it is in the particularly related to this particular scriptures and other things, but the part there is, it is more of thinking and understanding than doing anything. That's why when there is a spiritual person means you should always understand it is not ordinary spiritual, a person with certain knowledge. That's why this is related to that spirituality. You must clearly understand that. Why we have to use this as a simple knowledge, you cannot say, because it has got relation to our scriptures. It is a scriptural knowledge. And the scriptural knowledge also little higher than the other thing, the practical way of things, which you must clearly understand. The idea of all this knowledge is in the vivekam we should understand. The vivekam means which function belongs to what, whose condition is what, everything. For any type of functions, leave it there, it belongs to that, you are free. None of them belongs to you to show, everything is talked here not for any other reason. So all these, they are only information to understand what function, where, how it is, what it is, everything. Like even in your medical science also, each part of the body you understand what functions, how it functions, what are the things. You have to know everything because the total anatomy is that only. Because every part has got its own problems. You must know that. Like that here it is not for any repair or any treatment or anything, just for understanding all these things are discussed. There is no other purpose here particularly. Just to understand. Which itself you will find when you go to Gita and all all these terms and all will come there, so you understand what is being told here, and there when it is told, things becomes very, very clear. That's why these definition terms are all taken here and explained. That's the only purpose. There is no other purpose here. So having talked about the pranamaya, the modifications, physiological, everything that is happening, and how it becomes a kosha, when we identify that level, it becomes kosha. Now we go to the next one, the psychological function, the psychological area that is being taken here. That is called Manomaya. So Manomaya kosha kaha. That's why mental, generally, mental we use for brain also mental, mind also mental, both are mental. Is it or not general terminology? But in our Shastra, we make a difference. That's why the other terminology for that, psychological. And another one, if you say particularly, that's why intellectual you have to go. That's why psychological quite different, intellectual is quite different. You yourself say that psychological problems are different, brain problems are different. You make a difference, is it or not? So like that only here also. There is a distinction between them. That psychological area is what is called here as Manomaya Koshakaha. So what is this mental sheath? Manascha. So Manaha cha means and Jnana Indriya Panchakam. Jnana Indriya means what? The 5 organs of perceptions we have seen before. Militva means together. Yaha bhavati, whatever is there, saha manomaya koshaha. Okay. In this, how it becomes a kosha? That only we have to understand, he said. Mind particularly is a thing which in its center, you will say later next section you will talk, it is a center where all the particular stimuli from outside, they all receive and go to that particular place first. And in this place only when it is received, starts the reaction which you call vikara, which only creates either a condition of happy or unhappy. That's why these sense organs are simple gates or reporters. Through the eyes I see an object, then based on that my mind there is modification. I see an object as good, bad, nice. In this manner later on in the mind there is a modification called happy or unhappy. Sometimes fear, sometimes anxiety, sometimes worry. All when? Only when you see, when you perceive, when you hear. That is why there is a direct relationship between the sense organs and the mind. They are the gates through which all impulses are fed. That's why in the sleep, when they are closed, nothing happens. There is no problem. It is just like when you keep the door open, lot of people come. When the door is closed today, if business is over, nobody comes. So similarly in our mind, the business, life business, when it is, when we are awake means, when the sense organs are open, all the stimuli are coming inside, you find activities at the level of the mind, constantly. So hence these are the places through which you feed constantly. Inputs are going inside. Based on that, you find your own responses from the mind itself. So hence what happens is, when you identify here, that's why when the eyes have got problem, according to that you say, I have short sight, I have cataract, I am blind. So you are identified by this kosha. This covers your reality. You are really free from that. But you cover and limit yourself with this condition. Similarly, deaf. I am deaf. Another condition of your kosha. It becomes kosha. Again, I have got particularly problem here. Either a respiratory problem you can say, or I have got no smell. I am unable to know the smell. That is another problem. Again, same taste. You can say, I am unable to have any taste today. No taste at all. When cold is there, severe cold, no taste. Everything gone. And so many other problems are there. Doctor, they come and complain, doctor, I have no taste at all. I am unable to taste anything. So what is the wrong with me? They come and ask you. So some particular condition, disease, no taste, no smell, or do you think? So who has got this problem? I have the problem. This is the kosher. Their condition you attribute to yourself. Similarly, sense of touch or feeling. Sometimes people say, I have no feeling at all. So their condition of not having any feeling belongs to me. That becomes a kosher. These are sense organs conditions become yours. And how it is? Because you identify, or they are the cause for reporting many things. Based on that, in the mind, there comes disturbance, vikaram. Sometimes happy vikaram, positive. Most of the condition is restlessness, dejection, frustration, anxiety, worry, fear. All conditions come when? Only when you see, when you hear, when you taste, all the thing completely comes. So the mind is the center. So condition of the mind becomes mind. I am agitated. I am restless. I am angry. I am afraid. That means where is the fear? All these conditions. That is the modification of the mind. So when you identify with the mind is the kosha, means it has covered your reality. What is your reality? You are free from that. Or you are only the witness, one you illumines. So means the freedom is totally lost. You become with the problem because you equate yourself, identify with that. You have tadatmya with that. As long as tadatmya is there, it is called kosha. It covers your reality. This is what generally called clouded thinking. What does the cloud do? The cloud covers the sun and makes the sun as though sun is not bright, it has lost its brightness. Has really sun lost the brightness? Even when the clouds are there, the sun is what there? Bright. It is ever bright. The cloud need not go. Even when the cloud is there, who illumines the cloud actually? To see the cloud is, with what light do you see? Sunlight only illumines the cloud also. Only thing is it visibly not to be seen. But it cannot be covered. That's why when the cloud moves away, what reality comes out? The brightness automatically comes out. That means clouds don't take away or change the reality of sun. Similarly, all our thinkings are clouds. All our bhavanas are clouds. Everything is a cloud. And this cloud covers the reality of you, called you are free, you are free, you are free. So there the cloud should move. Actually cloud need not move. That's why science tells you that you know, even when cloud is there, sun is bright only. So unless the cloud moves, how can you say sun is bright? Is it necessary? It need not be. Even when cloud is there, sun is very bright. Even when you don't see the sun in the night, what is sun's reality? Brightness. We need not see a bright sun to say, when I see the sun, it is bright. When I don't see, brightness is gone. Is it so? It is not. Similarly is the case with the Atma, you also. Even when you don't know, though you have got an opinion about you, in spite of that you are free from all of them. That's why to become free is not to any change, simply understand you are free. This is just like, that's why we give the example of dream. When you are dreaming, anyone is dreaming, and if there is a miserable dream, there is lot of misery where in the dream. And that dream is seen by whom? The same person, but sees oneself as suffering. Understand? This is an important thing you must know. That is a common thing you must know. Who sees the dream? Does your neighbor see the dream? If your wife is sleeping near you, you are dreaming, the wife doesn't see your dream. Though wife and you are in the same bed, your problem is not the wife's problem, the dream problem. Though she is there very much. Sometimes maybe her hand is on you still, in spite of that. Not the connection goes, current goes, she also dreams along with me. No. The problem is only you see. But then you are the seer or the one who is suffering there. You have to decide now. Which you is real? The seer you who sees the dream or the running about you there or suffering you, who is real now? If you say that is real, then when you wake up you should see where. If you are suffering in the forest, where should you be real means? You should wake up where? In the forest. But what do you see after waking up? You are quietly lying in the bed. So what is reality of you? The sleeping you was real or that is real? Now you have to decide now. That means if this is real, what about that? That means that is falsified only when you understand this reality. As long as you don't understand this reality, that has to get the reality. That's why how long dream is real? As long as I am dreaming, it is real. But the moment I wake up, what happens? Can you give a reality to the dream? Who has to falsify? Not others. That's why many times people who dreamt a bad dream and they are particularly suffering, you have to console, hey, that is all dream. Forget. You pat on their back and so many things you say. Try them to get out of that. Is it or not? Same is the case here. According to our Shastra, whatever opinion you have about yourself is only a dream, which Bhagavan clearly tells in Gita. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, Bhagavan says. For all ordinary people, that which is a Nisha means dream there. Not night. There is a dream, it is. That means dream means what they are dreaming and what they don't see the reality. That condition. That's why here there is no sleep. From our normal worldly standpoint, we are not sleeping. But from Vedanta standpoint, everybody is sleeping. But our eyes are open. That's why you are dreaming. That's why though for all other people who are sleeping, what about that person dreaming? Does the person think I am sleeping? No, I am very much awake to a world. Lot of transaction is going on there also. Like even you do in the waking state, you do lot of transaction there also. So that is another waking world for you. So as long as you sleep to one condition, you are awake to another condition. So this becomes falsified only there. So in dream, you falsify the waking condition. In the waking condition, you falsify the dream condition. So between the two, you have to give which reality now more. Though absolute reality is totally different. It's only for Drishtanta we are discussing. So which is more real? You have to decide. Sometimes a good dream, you would like to give better reality to dream. Okay. That's why we always give an example. In the dream, you get some lottery. First prize some 5 crores of rupees. I think that should be the real. Is it or not? I wish. But though in the dream you have plenty of money, when you wake up, what happens? Even in the dream, if you have gone to the same bank where you got an account and you deposited the money, next day you go to the bank to withdraw, will you get? Though the waking bank only you deposited, not anywhere else. But even though you go and ask the clerk or manager, yesterday I put so much money, they will ask you, show the pauti. So that will not be there with you. So you must understand, what is this reality? The reality must be clear. The whole problem in the life of human being is they have not settled the order of realities. That is very much important. Our Shastra's main thing is to settle this order of reality. Between the waking state and dream state, there are different orders of reality. You must clearly understand. We don't say dream has got no reality. Because what is reality? Because you saw it, it is real. Is it or not? Why do you say it is real? Because pratyaksha bhagitla. This is what generally you say. Because I saw it, it is real. This is what our basis of establishing a reality. So dream I have seen myself, so it is real for me. You may not have seen, so it is not real for you. That's the same thing in the world. When you go somewhere and see and come, you will explain, I don't agree with you. It cannot be. I have seen it myself. It may not be real to you, but it is very much real to me. You always say. So we always give a reality because I have seen it. Okay, you have seen it. Now you better decide which is more real. So what is the basis for the more reality? Always. That's why which has got better standing and long standing, we give it particularly more reality. Is it or not? Because waking state we can come back. Dream, can you go back again? Can you go and withdraw the money from the dream? Next day I will go in the dream and deposit that money I will get from the dream bank. It will not be possible. We cannot go back to the same dream. Can you? When somebody is dreaming sweet dream, nice dream, they wake up and they try to go back to the dream, they start dreaming all sorts of rubbish things, I tell you. It is not possible. Whereas waking state is not like that. We regularly come back to the waking state. So compared to dream state, waking state seems to be having a better order of reality. That is why Vedanta comes and uses the same principle and says, your reality has got a better reality, order of reality than this reality. That is what is called Sakshitvam. We have seen already. Because in all three periods of time, that which never get cancelled is you. Which you? The seer you. Constantly you see. But all other thing keeps on coming and going. Hence here itself, that's why manaha and all conditions of the mind or the sense organs, they are not your reality. But when you equate that to yourself, it is called a kosha. That's why Manomaya, Mano Vikaram, and you identify it is called as kosha. Now we go to the next one. Vijnanamaya kaha buddhi jnanendriya panchakam militva yo bhavati savijnanamaya koshaha. So Vijnana Mayam, here Mayam means again modification. Of Vijnanam means Vividha Jnanam. That's why our intellect is a faculty where only we have got different varieties of knowledge. Here Vijnanam is not science. In Maharashtra Vijnanam is science. Here Vijnanam is Vividham, variegated, varieties. That's why in the school onwards, how many subjects we learn? Varieties. All these knowledges are where? At the level of the buddhi only. So how many knowledges you can say? That is why some people, linguistic, language itself, so many are there. Then there are varieties of informations and data, so many things we have got. All of them are stored where? Whose condition is that? It is all the buddhi's modifications. Every idea is what? New ideas means what? Everything is the modification of your intellect only. So Vijnana Mayam means the variegated knowledges which makes the buddhi to be as though different. That's why when you are in a given area of knowledge, buddhi seems to be that. When you give up that subject and go to another one, buddhi as though modified. Then another place you go, it gets modified. So school, if it is English language, buddhi at that time English modification. Later on you go to science, it gets changed to science. Then mathematics goes to mathematics. Geography, it change geography. History, changed. Civics, change. It keeps on changing. Then see the arts. If it is music, it changes. Dance, it changes. Anything you go, it keeps on changing. So who has undergone change? You think you have changed? That's why identify with the buddhi. You say, I am doctor, I am engineer, I am like this, I am like that, I have this, I am like that. This is why it becomes a kosher. And its condition you attribute to your condition. So I am intelligent means you are the buddhi. Who has got intelligence? It is the capacity, faculty of the buddhi. So when you identify with the buddhi, you are intelligent. If the buddhi is not intelligent, dull. So who is dull? I am dull. Manda buddhi, you say. So the IQ and other thing, whose capacity is this? Today, IQ level, less or more, or this and that. Everything is the foundation of. That's why sometimes that gets affected, is it or not? And accordingly, I am gone. This is how the things are there. So that is what is there. So buddhi. Buddhi means the intellecting capacity. And plus what? Jnana Indriya Panchakam. The same thing. The five sense organ, because through that only mind receives and then given to the buddhi. So all knowledge also for that what is required? These sense organs are required. Mainly eyes and ears are very important. To get knowledge, even knowing the smell, you require taste, you require, because they are all experiences. How do you distinguish afterwards? Based on experience only you say, this taste is what? This smell is what? This object is what? This color is what? Based on what? By the reporting of each sense organ. Even a feeling, this is hot, this is cold, this is rough, this is soft, this is anything you say, all of them based on experience. So many knowledges we gain is with the help of all these sense organs. That's why they are mainly called Jnana Indriyam. Jnana Indriya means instruments which are instrumental in giving you the birth of knowledge. That's why Jnana Indriyam means Indayati, Bodhayati, the Indriyam. They are the cause for giving you all sorts of information, data. They are called Indriyam. That's why it is related to Buddhi also. In reality, next section will tell you, there are not two faculties here. It is only from a small bifurcation we separate as mind and intellect. Functionally they are divided. So buddhi is the place where you have got this opinion of I-ness. Buddhi is the area where you say me. Marathi you say me. And that itself is called English I. And in our Shastra that is what is called ahankara, ego. And this is only a thought. And that thought is a predominant thought at the level of the intellect. There are two types of thought. One is the mind condition, one thought, that's called psychological thoughts. I am angry is mind. I am agitated is mind. I am worried is mind. I am afraid is mind. Everything is mind. I am doubtful, even that is mind. Any type of this particular thing you put, you are identified with the mind. You are at the mind level. But to say, I am intelligent, I have understood, I decided, so many things you say, that means you are at the level of the intellect. I recognized. Olakla. That's why sometimes even the eyes are reporting Olakne doesn't take place. Why? Oh, Visarla, Atta Olakla. So that means where was this particular thing, information? Stored in the buddhi, only memory. Based on the memory, suddenly strikes. Now you say. All those things. That means this olakne, not your eyes are olakne, not the mind is doing that. This cognition is always done by the buddhi. It is a job of buddhi. But for all of them, what is necessary? You should have prior knowledge. That capacity of knowing is called intellecting. Intellecting. And that itself, another way you say, is called discriminating, discerning, discretion. Varieties of things are there. There only come reasoning, to reason out. All these things are at the level of the buddhi. But when you attribute their conditions to you, that becomes the kosham for you. Because you are not that. Why we have already seen? Because you are the one who know their conditions. Because you were there before they came. Is it or not? Buddhi was there. But all these conditions of buddhi has come when? Later. So if you are all those conditions, that means before this knowledge came, where were you? If you are the knowledge doctor, before becoming doctor, were you there or not? Not that I am born doctor, you are not. That means the doctor, the status itself is an attribution to you. It is not really. Because there was a time it was not there. But you were there. So when you equate yourself with doctor, that is a limitation. Though you may say qualification, but in the absolute standpoint, it is a limitation. That's why it is called a kosham. So Vijnanamaya kosham. So even to say the relatively knower at the level of the buddhi, to say I know, I don't know, both are called kosham. But who are you? I never say I don't know, I always know. When only absolute knower. In the absolute knower, there is no state of I don't know. Understand? In the relative knower only, some things I know, some things I don't know. That is the relative knower called ahankara. That's why if you are asked, some things I know, some things I don't know. That fluctuation is there. From knower to not knowing. Knower to not knowing. But in the Atma, what we saw? One who knows everything. What? What you know plus what you don't know. I have asked you a question. How do you say you don't know? Whenever somebody asks you, how do you say you don't know? I know, I don't know. Good. Is it or not? You cannot say, because that fellow says I don't know. Because that fellow says I don't know, how do you say that? You want to say that I don't know, you don't tell that I don't know, then only that fellow can say. That means that I don't know, how do you say, on what basis? Because I know what I know. I know what I don't know. That means you are the absolute knower of everything. That is the knower real absolute. Whose status of knower doesn't undergo change. But here the knowerhood keeps on changing. So this relatively knower, not knower, is what is called here as kosha. And that which area you know also changes. This subject I know, but in this subject, this area I don't know. That is the modification. Is it or not? Certain areas I don't know, certain areas I know. This fluctuation and identifying there, this is what is called kosha. So if you say brain problem, so brain has got problem, but that problem is not your problem. That means in this really, our Shastra says particularly, a madman is no more a madman. When the person sleeps. Is it or not? Anybody. Antaha ananto bhavati, Shastra says. A person who is a blind man is no more blind. When sleeping. Because what is the difference between a person who has got sight and who doesn't have a sight while sleeping? Both are equally andha, is it or not? This fellow also show a 100 rupee note, this fellow doesn't see. Another fellow also doesn't see. So what is the difference between both these fellows? No difference. Understand itself. Mata amata bhavati, pita apita bhavati. While sleeping, nobody is father, nobody is mother. Understand itself. They are only from a relative standpoint, it is all. That's why it's all a kosha. Everything is a kosha. Because you limit yourself to that status. So that is called Vijnanamaya kosha. Next we come to particularly Anandamaya kaha evameva karana sharira bhuta avidyastha malina sattvam priyadi vritti sahitam sat anandamaya koshaha. Anandamaya. Compared to all other places, the maya, the word, the particularly the suffix that is there, it has got a different meaning here. It is called saturation. Chemistry language, saturated. Saturator means what? Preponderance. Another way you can say it. Maximum. Because any saturation is what? That particular thing has come to the acme level, maximum level. From there only crystallization, so many things happens. In chemistry, you know all those things. So like that here also a state where this Anandam is in its preponderance maximum. That state is what is called Anandamaya. This Anandamayam is what? In equal, particularly sleep state. Another one you have to equate is called Karana Shariram. That's what is being told. So evameva. Evameva means in the same manner as before. So evameva. Avidyastha. That is particularly a sthanam. That is avidya. Avidya means ignorant. Totally ignorant. Avidya means ignorance. Absolute blanket ignorance. Avidyastha. He says now, which itself is Karana Sharira Bhutam. Because in Karana Sharira we saw, what is the nature of Karana Sharira? Anadi Avidya Rupam. So that which is in the form of Avidya, which itself is Karana Shariram. So when you are sleeping, what is your state? Even though you may be a PhD, you may be a MD, you may be a FRCS, but what is your condition in the life while sleeping? All this knowledge is totally absent. That means your status is, at that time you are, I don't know anything, I did not know anything. That is called your sthanam is where? Avidya tasmin stha. That's avidyastha. And what it itself what? Karana Sharira Bhutam. Which state itself is called Karana Shariram, causal body. We have seen before. So causal body there. And it is called Antakaranam. The Sattvam there means Antakaranam, which is Malinam. Malina Sattvam. Malina Sattvam there means what? Malinam. Here Malinam is Ajnanam is the Malam. Malinam is called dirt. What is the dirt here? The ignorance is the dirt. Not other impurities or anything. The impurity here is only nothing but that which is called as Malinam is impurity is called Malinam. Is it now? The Ajnana Vritti itself is called Malinam. That is the impurity here. Otherwise there is nothing else here. Because always you say, I don't know, I did not know. That not knowing is called Malinam. That's why what is the defect in the world? A person cannot understand is a defect, is it or not? A dirt is like a defect only. A clean thing has got little dirt. That's a defect there. Like that in our particular buddhi or mind also, when there is always ignorance, I don't know, that person is a defective person, we call. The defect is called, impurity is called also a defect. So we must see the meaning there properly. Others say, what impurity? Malinam is what? They say sattva means antakaranam. The mind and intellect together, both are completely shrouded by ignorance. They are within the fold of this tamas, other is called ignorance. That condition is what is called as malinam. Sattvam there means this antakaranam is called sattvam. Why it is sattvam we will see in the next section. Because it is going to say that this antakaranam is produced or is a product of sattva guna. Antakaranam being the product of sattva guna, it is referred by sattvam. It is only technical, it is used here. More you will understand in the next section when we discuss. So malina sattva means the antakaranam which is at present being dirtied or sullied by ignorance. So malina sattvam is his now. That malyam sattvam is, sat means being in the form of. Sat there means in the state of, in the form of. What? Priyadi vritti sahitam. Sahitam means along with. Vritti means thought process. Vritti in our Shastra, vritti means a mental vritti or mental thought process is what is called as vritti. So thought process is called vritti. Continuously going on, the thought process. That vritti, here the vritti is three-folded vrittis are there, where in this state, which is called priya adi, priya etc. There are 3 degrees of this happy condition. At that time there is a thought modification there, which at present in this sleep state, all the 3 are together. In waking state, sometimes there will be a priyam, sometimes you will be happy, sometimes you are happier, sometimes happiest. You cannot have all the 3 at the same time. Do you have? If I am happy, happier is not there. If I am happier, happy is not there. That's the only one. Whereas in the sleep state, all the 3 together. That all the 3 being together is what is called as mayam. The maya there is all the 3 together. That saturation as though. Preponderance as though. That condition is what is said here as priyadi vritti sagitam sat. Whatever is there, that's called Anandamaya Kosaaha. Though there is Ananda, it is Kosha. Why? One thing you don't know while sleeping, I am happy. Do you know? That is why you don't know. That because of that only it is a Kosha. First thing. Because it covers your reality. First thing you don't know. Second thing, you say I slept. That's why it is another Kosha. Because reality is what? You never sleep, I told you. That is why insomnia is not your problem. The insomnia is the problem of this mind and intellect. It is not the problem of the person. As in the vision of our Vedanta, nobody has got any roga. If at all a roga, we have to say one roga for everybody is called samsara rogam. And the bhava roga. And the bhava roga is because of the diagnosis is, the cause is ignorance. Understand now? And that is a, what is the medicine? Only knowledge. That is the injection or tablet or anything. There is nothing else. All other rogas are physical. That is why you have to give all these tablets and all medications you have to do. It is only for this system. For this system, anatomy, everything is required. But a person, if they really understand, that person as the individual is totally free. This is Vedanta Moksham. Understand? That's why it is a different, totally different thing. We must clearly understand. But what people want is literal freedom from the pain, this. That is quite a different thing. Vedanta says, even when the worldly standpoint there is problem, you are free. That's the example of dream. Though in the dream there was problem, we don't deny, but your reality was aramti झोपलं. Is it or not? Other people say, झोपत होता, काय त्रास होता तुला? They will ask a question. Because for them you are simply lying in the bed. Is it or not? What problem you have got? That means your problem was imagined problem. Is it or not? Because the reality is you are nicely lying in a room with all nice bed, so many things, and there is no problem. Why you say there is problem? What problem you have? That means from this reality that is completely gone. It is not there. That's why Shastra says, from the absolute reality you have no problem. But from the dream standpoint you have got problem. That's why this opinion about ourselves is what? Till you don't understand it is real. That is why if you understand it becomes a dream. That's why it is false. Dream means it is false. And that falsity is what is called mithya. Understand, earlier we saw mithya. That is what is called mithya. Mithya means not absent. It is there but it doesn't have a reality. The reality is for the body, not for you. So, from the standpoint of the body, problems are there. Why? It is its nature to have problems. But once you don't know, you say all problems belong to me. So now you can see how to become free from anxiety. Tell me. This is the biggest problem. Psychological problem is the biggest thing in the life of human beings, I tell you. Sometimes you can live with this particular physical problems. Many people are living with lot of physical problems. But the psychological problem puts a person out completely. I tell you. That's why in spite of best of things, when person has got psychological problem, their life becomes absolutely useless. This is what we find in the world. So that is why you need not become a wreck of psychological problems if you can keep this balance in you all the time. Of course, the mind gets only agitated when you attribute everything to yourself. Understand itself. Everything problem is because attribute everything. This is my problem. That is for me. That is for me. As long as you can keep this constant awarefulness that no problem belongs to me. And not only this, one step further if you go, since the truth of everybody is the same, even the other person has got no problem. Because they have got two type of worries. You are worried about yourself or you are worried about others. So is there a reason for you to worry about others? If you know the truth, there also what is the truth? Reality is no problem. Here also no problem. For whose sake you will worry now? Tell me. This is where the moksham here. It is not a moksham to go somewhere. Understand the reality and be free all the time. So you need not, you are intelligent people, you need not ask, so should we treat the body? Treat the body, no? Treat the body. Should we eat? Eat. Who eats? Again. Who is eating? It is the nature of the body to eat. Which body? A dead body doesn't eat. Again. You can ask a question. Body doesn't eat because if body eats, dead body should eat. That's why a dead body cannot eat. We know it. Only a living body can eat. That is why your presence is necessary. In spite of your presence, you don't eat. Like even though you sit in the car, you don't drink the petrol. Do you? You are inside the car and the driver or anybody is filling petrol. Not the petrol, because I am inside the car, it goes into my stomach. It doesn't go. It is totally for the car's sake only. उधर भी तेल पानी देता है, इधर भी तेल पानी देता है. That's why our Shastra says this is only a vehicle. This is only a vehicle. And it has been provided for you by Bhagavan. For what? For this pilgrimage, travel of the samsara. That's why here traveling you can become happy, or you can traveling you can become miserable. Both you can do. It is all in your hand. Like even if you go for a holiday, if your vehicle gives a lot of problem, miserable holiday. But if your vehicle is nice, no problem, nice thing. Is it or not? Similarly here also. This is all what is required. Understand. And thus be free all the time. That's why here particularly no expense for to be free. You need not spend money to be free, please. Just understand you are free. How much money you have to give otherwise to be free in the world? It is not easy. In spite of wanting to be free, we can't become free. Lot of problems are there. But here, in spite of outwardly miserable, you can always say, I am ever free. Not for others' sake. You need not convince others. Your freedom is for your own sake, is it or not? Not others. Unless others know, how can you say I am free? This is another problem. That I am free, everybody should know. Why? Why? Others need not know. Because I want a certificate from others. That is all okay. But for your freedom, I need not. That's why when you eat food, when somebody says, are you full? If you say full, no, I don't think you are full. How can they know? You are the only one to decide whether you are full or not. Is it or not? Others cannot. No, let me touch your stomach. My stomach is always that level. What to do? Whether I eat or don't eat is the same level. How are you going to understand that I eat and full or not? That is not the method. That's why I am the one to decide whether I am full or not. Similarly, I am the one to decide whether I am free or not. It is not others who have to confirm it. It is you who is the one to decide, am I free or not. Any freedom is like that only. That's why even you doctors have to say. The patient has to say whether he is free from pain or not. Can you know? Put a stethoscope, you cannot know pain is gone or not. Who is to confirm the pain has gone? Only the patient. In no way you can understand whether the pain is there or pain is gone. Same is the case here also. That you are free only you have to decide, not others. You are the judge. You are the one. You give the complaint, you only say, I am free. Similarly, here also understand and be free. And any freedom is for your sake, not for others' sake. No, I have to become free for others' sake. It is not. You are free for your own sake. Like even you appease your hunger for your sake. No, I am eating for others' sake. You cannot say. So everything is for your own sake. There is no selfishness. If you say these are all selfishness, then eating is selfishness. Why should you eat for yourself? Sir, can I eat for you or what? So these are all areas where one has to be selfish whether we like it or not. So you cannot equate all these things as selfishness. Understand itself. That you are free only, that is selfishness. Others are not free. What am I to do? I don't mind. I can make them also free provided they are willing to become free. Is it or not? They should have the desire to become free. Unless they have desire, you cannot do anything. In this life, many things are there. If others don't desire, you cannot do anything. So that is why there is no selfishness here. Because these are all the areas people have confusion. So seeking particular freedom only for yourself, don't you think it is selfishness? It should be for everybody. Yes, it can be for everybody. Provided everybody understands, everybody will be free. Nobody stops. It is not denied to anybody. It can be for everybody, provided they are available. Provided they are available. Even today, you people, yesterday only there was polio vaccination. When can you give the vaccination and people come? If they don't come, though you want to make every child free from polio, but when can you do it? When the child comes to the center, the child is brought to the center. If they don't bring, whose fault it is? It is your fault. So they should make themselves available. Otherwise it is not possible. Similarly, if this freedom is required, it is for everyone's sake. But then they should be available for that. If they are not available, nobody can do anything about it. Hence, priyadi vritti sagitam sat yat tat anandamaya kosam. So, anandamaya means what? Where there is maximum happiness. That is why in the sleep is the place where you are absolutely happy, is it or not? Which is the place you get maximum happiness, you tell me? The only place sleep. That's why everybody wants to go to sleep. And nobody would like to wake them up from sleep. Why do you protest when somebody wakes you up? Why did you wake me up? You get angry also. Why? Because how nice it was. Because who wants to come out of that happy situation? That's why even when they wake up, they sit. How nice. They don't want to come out of that. This is the life, understand itself. So you cannot deny there is no happiness. And that is not ordinary happiness. Oh, it is so nice, sweet. You say, all these words you use. And that is why it is called Anandamaya. Anandamaya means it is absolute saturated Anandam. Saturated Anandam. That's a particular one drop of that concentrated. If you put how concentrated it is, like that, concentrate. Ananda concentrate. Is called Anandamaya. Another language if you want to use it. Simple to say, Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Just to explain, then we will proceed further. Priya is either you hear an object which you love or like. Anything. Even when you think of an object you like or love, there is a condition of the mind. What is the condition? Pleased state, is it or not? That's why we sit and think of all our pleasing things. The pleasing things, if you think, mind is also how cheerful and nice. And you can see the difference when some thought comes which you don't like. Immediately you can see the cloudy mind, the gloomy mind. It is so clear to you, evident to you. Two different thoughts. One happy thought, happy occasion, you just recollect. The mind becomes next minute cheerful. So pleased mind. Serene, nice, how it is. That's why sometimes we would like to think all that and sit. How nicely it goes. But at the same time some sorrow and worries comes. Oh, that is miserable. So whenever you recollect an object or a situation, when either you experience or you know, and that condition of the mind without the object being there, simple thought itself, that state is called Priya Vritti. Priya Vritti means Priya modification of the mind. A state of the mind where is a simple pleased feeling thought. That is called Priya. Any Priya Vastu, simple thought, that condition of the mind is called Priyam, Priya Vritti. Ananda in the form of Priya, pleased state. Next we go to Moda. Either you see the object you like or love. You see the object, or the object has come to you in your hand. And at that time, what will be the condition of the mind? Not the same condition. Its degree has increased. Is it or not? That state is called Moda. Mind is little jumping. Elation little more. Pramoda is when you really enjoy that object. At that time you forget yourself. Is it or not? That state is called Pramoda. Acme. We will give you two different examples, two drishtantas, and proceed further. One is, let us say, you have your favorite dish one you want. Or children, you take the children. When children always ask, Mummy, let us go there, I want to go and eat ice cream, something they keep on asking, bugging parents. And you tell them, evening we will go. They morning onward they beg you. And you tell them, evening we will go at 5 o'clock. And I tell you, by 4 o'clock they want to dress up and so many things, they are ready. And you say, come on, you should see them, how joyous they are. So happy they are. You have not taken them anywhere, just ready to go. Yeah, that is called Priya. And you go to the place, wherever it is, and you order, and that is coming. You should see the child still more different. Because it is going to come. And you just hand over to the child, and the child is eating, then you should see, oh, the child is top of world. That's what they do. When mummy is going to the market, mummy, get me chocolate. They will say that. Mummy says, okay. So when mummy is coming there, the child has become so happy. And jumping, chocolate. And they give the chocolate and put in the mouth. Oh, they are very happy. So this is called Priya, Modha, Pramoda. 3 different states you can see. And it can be not only the child, in you also. That's why I am coming to a greater one for the elders. There are 2 old couples who have got only one daughter or son, whichever you take, no problem about it. And they are in Pune, and as per modern days, the children have migrated to America. Realistic, I am giving you. And these old couples are in Pune, and the children, once they go to America, they don't want to come back here. And these old couples are longing to see the son or the daughter. They keep on writing, why don't you come? We want to see you. We want to see you. They keep on giving some excuse, no time, that, something. And one fine day, a letter comes from America. And in that letter, the son or the daughter has said, on next month, on this particular day, we are coming to see you. When they see the letter that day, that is called Priya. Oh, how pleased they are in their mind. And they keep on talking, son is coming, daughter is coming, that day. Now they are counting days, understand itself. And let us say the day has arrived. And they go all the way from here to receive them in Bombay. And they have gone to Bombay, and they are in the airport, all eyes, plane landed, where they are. And the moment they sight the son or daughter, their mind is totally different. That is called Modha. How different they are. And after the children, son or daughter clears from customs, comes, and when they embrace the daughter or son, that is called Pramoda. You can see the difference in this particular thing. How even different stages of happiness which comes in the mind. In our Shastra, all the 3 together is there when you go to sleep. And that is what is called Anandamaya. But then it is only a Mayam by 2 reasons. It is continuous, but it is a Kosham, it is not permanent. How long can you sleep? When you sleep, you get it. When you are out, it goes. That's it is not real. It is only a temporary phase of it. Like any other Ananda, it is also fleeting, it is Anityam, it is Chana Banguram, Ashashvatam. Though you may say, every day I can go back. That's why some days you don't get sleep. That's why people are worried. Oh, I don't get sleep. Why? I don't get that Ananda. Like any other Ananda, this also is absent. So we are worried that I don't get. That's why all goli, willy, everything chalta hai. Why? To get into that. But that's why there's a lot of difference in getting sleep natural and by all other methods. There's a lot of difference. Though you get sleep next day morning, all the time you feel something miserable because you take that pills and other things. It is not as fresh as you get a natural sleep. And that is another thing, a happiness without paying a single pie. All other happiness you have to spend a lot of money. And that is why this happiness is your own. It is not to come from outside, because it is free from any nimitta. There is no nimitta. If at all nimittam, sleep is the nimittam. Again, that is why it is called not the real one. Though, in reality you are with yourself. That's why you are so happy. Any time you are happy, you are with yourself. If you are away from you, only you are unhappy. The moment you come back, you are happy. That's why when you are away, whenever you are in the house, sometimes when we sit at home, we want to go out. But when you go out, you say, there is no place better than our house. Let us go back. And when you come home, there is nothing like our house. To be at home is always happy. Is it or not? That is why when our mind goes out, it is like going out. When the mind comes back to oneself, it is very happy at home. That's it, to be at home with oneself all the time is the happy situation. So whenever you are with yourself, you are happy. When you are away from you by a thought, that's anything you think other than the reality, you are always unhappy. And whenever you are back with yourself, you are happy. So if at all you want a secret how to be happy without spending money, to be with yourself. So should I close the eyes to be with myself? Generally people don't know, that's why they close their eyes, because they don't want anything else to come. But in Vedanta you can be yourself by just understanding I am what I am. Finished. And the more you are with yourself, you will see how the happiness is. It is an ocean of happiness. You need not do anything. That's why this knowledge is so important, that all our opinions we have about ourselves, we should correct it. We should correct it. Body be there, mind be there, modifications be there. Let everything be there. But please, just stand a distance between you and that. By knowledge only. You join by thinking. You detach by thinking. You are detached. So be the detached one by your understanding only. Always understand, I am free from everything. None of these conditions belong to me. I am free. And the more you work on this understanding, you will find you will be ever happy in any situation. Because the knowledge, any knowledge is clear. As even how you think what you are is so spontaneous with you. Not you have to particularly rake your brain. Oh, who am I? Who am I? You are not to. Because what you are is at present natural to you. How even it is spontaneous. Similarly should be the spontaneity that I am free. I am Atma. When that comes, you will find this Anandam is effortlessly flowing all the time. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Let it be any situation. It will be yours. Nobody can take it away. Nobody can rob it. No situations, no climate. Bhagavan says in Gita, don't think it is all our words. Bhagavan says, Guruna bidukkena na vichalyate, Bhagavan says. Even the calamitous situation, a person will not be shaken from that happiness. Because knowing calamity is not for me. A calamity becomes a shock when you attribute the calamity to yourself. Because no calamity can touch me. Because the calamity is neither for the other person nor for me. So which calamity can affect me? So you may say these Vedantins are heartless person. No. Don't think that. What is the use of being with all heart and lose your heart? And get a shock in the heart. What is the use of it? People get all particular heart is there, we are very considerate, we are particularly everything, and you get a shock. And that is why that's a weak. That's why you get a shock. So what is better, to be strong or weak? You tell me. That's why you advise all patients, don't be like that, be on this thing, so that otherwise shock will come. You have to tell people, no. So you want them to be what? Strong only, not weak. That's what Vedanta also is telling. Not to be shocked by all these situations in life. Because when can you be not shocked? That's why when patients are so much worried and anxious, why you are not shocked? Because you know the reality of things. That's why shock is not for you. Those situations may be very severe, grave situation. But why you don't get shocked? Because you can see the situations in its reality, what it is. So here also the reality should be understood and be free. That's what we must know. This is all what Vedanta is. You must clearly understand. It is not some magic or something like that. There is no mysticism here. There is no miracle here. We are not in that field. We are only talking about certain fact and realities, as you discuss in medical science also, fact and realities. You are not doing any magic or anything. Same thing is here also. So just the reality is being talked. That you are free is the reality. So that reality must be clearly understood. If you understand that, you are absolutely free. So this is what is being told particularly here. So etat panchakoshakam. So etat panchakoshakam means what? Thus the 5 koshas. These are the 5 teeth. So 5 areas or levels where you identify. Over and above this based on this only identification thing, I am father, I am mother, I am husband, I am wife, I am relation, these, and based on that identification, I am man or woman, so many things you say, all the things are other levels of particularly covering. That's why say man or woman, again Anandamaya kosha. Father, mother is only by a relationship, you are father, mother, again from the standpoint of the body only. Then say further, you can say professionally, relationship, brother, sister, so many things we go. They are all identification, they are all koshas only. Because there also you, here also you, who is brother, who is sister? Nothing is there. But from the relative vyavahara, they are there. So leave it at the vyavahara level. Don't make it paramartha. Let the vyavahara go. That is why we said the vyavahara is like even role playing. All the actors do what? In the cinema they have got what? They got a family. Husband, wife, sister, brother, so many things are there. All of them. What is the reality of all of them? As long as the movie they acted at that time. After the shooting is over, what happened to all of them? The next day everything over. When the movie comes, it is real. When the movie is not there, the actor and the actress are free. Now, because in the movie you are husband and wife, outside you are not husband and wife. They are totally free. And there was sukha dukkham, outside there is no sukham, no dukkham. That dukkham and sukham is not there. Similarly, here also understand it is only a role play. Our normal worldly life is just a role play. And who is the actor in all of them? Is the real you call the Atma. Atma. Atma is the real. So that is why the 5 koshas are 5 costumes. You put on and go through different roles. Let it go on. Be a very good actor. And you will say, okay, what is you being a good actor? Their Filmfare award is there. Here what award? Moksham. Freedom is the award. If at all you want, take it, which you cannot get even by paying money. Hence, play this role very nicely and have the good dialogues in this roles, no problem. But always understanding, I am only here role, I am free, I am free. That awarefulness constantly there. And that awarefulness, when it is there, Sthita Prajna language, Sthita Prajna. Prajna means awarefulness. Sthita means stiram. Firm. I am free. That's all what is required. And if you can get that status of you is called Jnana Yogi. That is called Sthita Prajna. All those things Bhagavan talks in Gita. That is what is necessary. Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.